So, coming back to Aditi, thank you so much for meeting me today.
Thank you for coming.
So I'm going to cover a lot of these kind of topics with you, and I'll keep an open room so that everyone can participate and feel that they belong. And I think everyone has a piece to add in this. So talking about most conversations in business focus are on product growth and scale. We all know that. But longer you build, the more you realize that companies really struggle not on ideas but on leadership, like how the person is transforming with the organization, right? With the organization scaling, is he able to cope? Then there's imposter syndrome. Then there is whether I can make it or not, whether I need a partner right now, whether I should go for investment, all these kind of things, right? So it's not all about knowing all the answers, but it's about building people, bringing in people who can think, decide for you when you're not able to decide for the company, right? So, and that transition is where organizations struggle along with the leaders that run them. So, and that's why Clarity Circle has been created to create space for conversations like this, to talk about the human side of running an organization. I'm really glad that I have you here, Aditi. So she has spent over a decade, 2 decades or more. I have to read this because she has a lot of experience.
Let's read.
Yeah.
But don't make me feel embarrassed.
No, please.
Read too much.
No. You have done a lot of work. You have 2 decades of experience. So yeah, this demands me reading it out. So she has been deeply involved in leadership development across organizations like Deutsche Bank, Yes Bank, and currently State Bank of Mauritius. So thank you so much, Aditi. And just to start off with you, at what point does leadership stop being the engine of growth and start becoming the constraint?
So I will speak about this question from 2 perspectives. The perspective wherein you are being hired by an organization to lead a team, and from a perspective wherein you are creating an organization of your own. So the first perspective wherein you are being hired by an organization to lead a team and to take the business ahead. From that perspective, if you are a leader, or you have taken up that mantle of holding a leadership, a responsible position, being transparent is something that flows with it. You cannot be a leader unless and until you are transparent with your people about your leadership style, about your aspirations, about your inspirations, the communication of it. People need to be sold on your perspective, because people don't work for organizations, people work for people. I need to be sold on your idea of leadership, of where you want to take the organization, of where you want to take my career, right? Because I am giving my time, I am giving my energy, and I am getting sold on your perspective of how you will lead me, of what kind of exposure are you going to give me, what is there in it for me. That is something which I, as an individual who is reporting into you, I would expect. And as a leader, I need to have an answer to this. So if you are holding a responsible position in the organization, I need to have an answer to this. And I need to hold myself responsible to be able to design a career for the people who are reporting into me. And that is what leadership is all about, is what I feel. From the perspective of how when you are starting your own organization. Now what happens is, you typically get engrossed in setting up everything right from scratch, right? Whether it is about the marketing gimmicks, or it is about the product, or it is about the service, whether this particular chair or table in the office is suitable or not, right from that stage to who is going to do the fundraising. All the decisions are on you. So you are into the thick of the things, or the thin of the things, whatever you may call it. You need to part ways with that. As in when your organization grows, you need to part ways. Why? because you cannot do everything possible. You need to trust your people to trust back. अगर आप ही ट्रस्ट नहीं करेंगे तो आपको ट्रस्ट कौन करेगा? So you need to trust your people. Again, why will people trust you? You need to be transparent. So everything comes back to transparency. Once you are transparent on what is it that you can provide to the organization and what is it that people should expect, people automatically get sold on you. People automatically trust you.
There's a small follow-up to that. So when I was starting off in my career, right? So I used to have these sessions with my manager, and then there used to be ground bag and so on and so forth. So here I had to tell them what my plan is. So this is a very funny thing because I have gone through this for like what? Now it's been 15 years, but this part, right, is very funny. Like, how would I tell you how I will navigate through your organization and where I see myself in the upcoming months or whenever there is this appraisal or a year from now. So, okay, in the interview it makes sense because it's all, it's a broad...
it's a rosy picture.
Yes, exactly. And what happens after you join an organization? Now, like you were saying, that you have to trust your leadership and the leadership has to trust in you. How does it go? Do you think that this decision also is very much important for me to be associated with your organization, like for a longer time?
Yes.
Yeah.
Why? I'll tell you. See, as an organization, if I am working with you, I am getting salary for it. Yes?
Yes.
I will do as much as is expected. When people say give 100%, 200%, 500%, why would I give? Because today I am going to be there in your organization, tomorrow it will be somebody else's. Yes? It's not my organization, I am being paid for it. So as an individual, whether I am at leadership position or I am at an individual contributor role position, whichever role position I am holding, I will be responsible for a certain amount of work for which I am paid. Yes? So I will give my delivery, service delivery according to the standards that have been mandated. Am I supposed to take ownership? Morally, ethically, if you say yes, I should. Can the company sue me for it? This is what we call as values of the organization. So when you hire a candidate, right, at a leadership level, when you hire a candidate, you don't hire for the work that they are doing. You don't hire them for the amount of work that they will do in quantum, because they will not do any work, they will only give direction. You hire them for the values that they get onto their job. What kind of values your leadership have which will direct your business? Because finally at the end of the day, it's the actions that matter. People do not see results. People see actions first, and results are an outcome of it. So even when you are saying, when you are a person who has initiated a business, right, you are getting people on board for the work or for the attitude. We hire people for attitude. What kind of attitude? Because they display those kind of ethics in their work, those kind of values in their work that will take them to places, that will help the organization evolve and transition itself into something more meaningful. It is required because today you may hire somebody for X work, but it may also happen that that work is now no more required. You may have to transition the person to some to something else, to a role which he or she may or may not be suitable for. But then with the right attitude, you will be having the person in a proper profile with a reasonable amount of expectations out of it. The point that I want to make here is hire for what you value more. the values of the organization, the culture that you create for your organization matters more.
True. I want to cover up all of these, the culture, the vision and all of that and have some questions to you. So, just